USA friends, you're welcome back to my channel. If today is your first time of checking out this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button down below and also turn on the post notification bell so you get notified each time I upload a new video. Today's tutorial will be on how to cut a 360 flare, which is also known as a peplum flare, with pleats. And before we get right into it, I have some calculations to do right here. The measurement you will need is your waist measurement, and the waist measurement I'm working with is 27 inches. 27 inches, and I will add 1 inch zipper allowance. So that 1 inch zipper allowance covers the zipper allowance for both sides. So 1 inch, that is 28 inches. Now I will divide this 28 inches by 6.28. How do we arrive at 6.28? This is the measurement to get the radius of a full circle. So since we are cutting a full circle, which is the 360 degrees flare, we are making use of 6.28 to get the radius. So that is the first thing you are going to do. You get the radius of your flare by using your waist measurements to divide the 6.28. I have a detailed video on how to cut a double full circle flare skirt, and in that video I did all the calculations and how I arrived at 6.28. So kindly check it out. The link to that video is in the description box below. But this is the standard measurement for getting the radius of a full circle flare. So I will divide 28 by 6.28. Making use of my calculator now. 28 inches divided by 6.28. I have 4.45 and so on. So I will just approximate it to 4.5 inches. I will approximate whatever I have right there. You can see what I have. You can see it. You can see the numbers. I have 4.4585 and so on. So I just approximated it to 4.5 inches. Now, because I will be needing extra to pleat around the waist. For example, now if you want the exact flare measurement, if you don't want any pleats, then this will be your radius. But because I want little pleats around the waist area, I will add extra 5 inches. So this is the radius. I will add extra 5 inches to it. So 4.5 inches plus 5, that is 9.5 inches. Do you see that? So 4.5 inches, which is the actual radius, plus extra 5 inches, that is 9.5 inches. Now, this is the radius we are working with. Now, the length of the flare itself is 9.5 inches. This is the total length. This is the total length of the flare I'm working with. And this is inclusive of the allowance I need for the flare. So 9.5 inches now, I will add it to 9.5 inches for the radius. So 9.5 inches for the radius plus 9.5 inches for the length. When I do the calculation using the calculator, 9.5 plus 9.5, that is 19 inches. That is 19 inches. So that is all I have right here. Now, this is all the amount of fabric we need. So going over to the fabric, don't forget this is our radius. Our radius is 9.5, and this is the length of the sleeve. So you will add both together. I got 19 inches. Now let's go over to the fabric and know how to fold it. Now this is my fabric. This is the fabric I'll be making use of. Can you see it? Since I have 19 inches altogether for both the radius and the length, make sure you have your fabric unfold in like manner and measure it to have 19 inches. So can you see it now? Right here I even have like 20 inches. So I will advise you to add like 1 inch, just because by the time you are cutting it, you will still cut out any excess you have. You can still make it your exact measurement, but I would advise you to add like 1 inch. So I have 20 inches right here. No, all the total measurement is 19 inches, but your fabric should be unfold. Can you see? As I have my fabric unfold and I have 20 inches. Then for the length, make sure you have double of what you have for your width as well. So right here, can you see? Let me measure it what I have. I have 39 inches. I have 39 inches because 19 plus 19 is 38. So right here I have 39 inches. Now let's fold it. First, can you see? You fold it in this manner. Once in this manner. Just make sure each edge align with each other in like manner. Then you fold it again. Can you see? You fold it the second time in this manner. So you have it on 4 folds. You have it on 4 folds. Can you see? Now, make sure the folded part is towards you. The folded part here too, can you see? It's towards the upper part. While the opened sides, can you see? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's go over to inserting our measurements. The first thing I will do now is to insert the radius. As I said, our radius is 9.5 inches, which is 9.5. So, I will start from this edge, 9.5. Then you rotate it 9.5 all through. 9.5 inches. So measure it all around like that. Now I will connect it. I'll connect it, and you see all through where I measured the 9.5 inches. So this is our radius. Can you see it? Now for the length, you can take the length measurement from here as well and just measure 9.5 inches all through. But for accuracy, I will advise you also start from this point, from the edge here. So you just measure 19 inches all through. So your measurements will be accurate. Your circle will be accurate. So let me measure 19 inches. Now, I've measured 19 inches all through. What I will do now is also connect the dots. So, can you see now? This is what we have for our peplum. Now, so this is the radius. Well, from this point to this point is the length. Now what I will do is to cut it out. First, the radius, then I will cut out the length. So this is what we have. Can you see? This is the peplum. Now what I will do now is to cut one side open. That is where the zipper will pass through. And I will also notch it. So this will be at the back, these two sides. Then I'll make sure I notch it. This will be like the middle for the front. And I will fold it and also notch it again. So this will be for the sides. So I already added the allowance to join it at the upper parts to the main bodies, and to also use a lining for the lower part. So I'll be adding a lining to it. So if you want to add your lining, make sure you also fold the same way you fold your fabric, which I'll be doing right now. So this is the lining I'll be making use of. Can you see it? I also have it on fold in like manner. Can you see? I fold it once, then twice in this manner. I also have the same measurements, 19 inches. So when I measure it now, can you see I have 19.5, and I also measure it in this way. I have about 20 inches. So I will just place it on it. And I'll cut out. And I will also cut one side open. Can you see it? Whatever I do for the main fabric, I will also do it for the lining. And notch this part that will be at the middle, and also fold it again and notch the part that will be at the sides. You see. So now what I'm going to do is to take it to the sewing machine. So if you notice now, this radius will be too much for this. Is a bodice I'm working with. They have bodies, the upper part. So I already fixed the zipper. I have a detailed tutorial on how to draft a basic bodice pattern too. You can check out the link in the description box below. So since I use 1 inch for the zipper allowance, and the zipper allowance on the bodice too is 1 inch, I'll just place it in like manner. Can you see it? So that part I notch, I know where to place the peplum on. So this part now, the first notch here is for the side, which is the side seam, the side where I stitch. I'll just place it on it. Can you see? I have more than enough that I will pleat. Can you see it? I'll pleat it. I can even just gather it. Use the longest stitch on my sewing machine to gather it. I'll just pleat it to the midpoint here too, to the middle, the front part. I have the part that is notched here too. Can you see? I will also place it here, and can you see the hexes I have because of the additional 5 inches I added. Then for the other part as well, for the second side, the notched part is here. Then towards the back, the other part of the zipper, I have this. So I have access to pleats. But if you don't want any pleat around there, you just make use of your exact radius. So I will fix the lining to it now before fixing it on the bodice. So guys, let's go over to the stitching. At this point, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do that now. Kindly click on the red subscribe button down below and subscribe. So what I will do now is to fix the lining on the peplum itself. Can you see it? So I have, this is the right side, and also I will place my lining on it in like manner. Can you see it? So I'll make sure I fix the lining all through. I will start from the zipper allowance here. I'll use 1/2 inch all through. Then also the lower part, the hem in like manner, I will stitch it all through, all round. So I will do that now. I have fixed the lining to it. Can you see it? So I make sure I fixed it all through. The next thing I will do now is to notch it. You know this is curved, so what I will do now is to notch all through. Just clip it little and be mindful, don't cut through the seam. Don't cut through the seam. So I will do that all through. So guys, I already clip it all through. Can you see? So it will be easy to turn. Now I will turn it to the right side. So guys, I already gave the flare a very good press, and it even makes it neater. Can you see? Now I've pinned it to the bodice. So I use the notched area to know the position, and I pin it all through. Can you see? Also, I make sure I pin it all through. Then the hexes now is what I will pleat. Can you see it? So I will do that now. I will take in 1/2 inch because I added 1/2 inch allowance to join both the lower part and the upper part together. So guys, this is the final look. So I already fixed the peplum to the main bodice. Can you see it? So the additional 5 inches I added to the radius was what gave the pleats. Can you see it all through? Can you see? So this is the final look, and this is the inside. You can just finish up the edge with an overlocking or finish it up with a bias strip. That is that on how to cut a peplum with pleats. So guys, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. If this tutorial has been helpful, kindly give me a giant thumbs up. And if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do that now. Thank you for joining me. I will see you in my next video. Bye.